Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode on the Forever Bedrock server. Now, I am recording this intro after the episode, and that is because my OBS decided to change my microphone input. So, guys, in today's episode, we have a lot of work ahead of us, and basically what we're going to do today is spread out 7 shulker boxes of red sand. We are going to, of course, get a ton of copper and count how many copper blocks we have, and also begin helping out other Forever Bedrock members. Because as you guys remember, part of the helping to get to 100 subscribers, the other Forever Bedrock members, we are supposed to help them. So we help them, they help us get to 100 subscribers so we can beat Joe and win the diamond bet. Also, guys, our big build is going to be, once again, the Planet Express ship from Futurama on Mars. So, of course, we need a ton of copper to build this ship because it's the closest color to, of course, the Planet Express ship. So, as you can see here, we have a ton of copper aging, and you'll actually see that later in the episode. That's why I'm surrounded by a field of copper. So, guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And I've come to realize another 2 things, guys. That is, 1, 7 shulker boxes is not 135 stacks. It's like 150 some stacks. And 2, we still need a lot more. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map from what we've done. So it went from that to that. So a pretty large area we got done. Now, of course, over here, there's like this little tunnel thing. And I'm going to decorate this a little bit differently. I'm going to use netherrack and really make this pop out. And over here, it was kind of hard to see on the mini-map, but what we have is like a little crag or a little like hole in the ground. And what I want to do over here is actually use packed ice to kind of give this a little bit of something, because there is frozen water on Mars. So if we just go ahead and fill this hole in, I'm going to do that, and then actually I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep because I don't want Enderman picking up all this sand that I just put down. But we go ahead, we fill this all in, which will kind of give us another color variation, I think, which will look cool. Alright, so we got that all filled in. So does that show on the mini-map? Does not. Okay. What I think we need to do is actually make ourselves a smaller map, and we'll be able to see more details on it. But we have that there. Now, if I come over here and I grab some bone meal, what I want to do is actually get some of this red nether, whatever this stuff is. So we'll just go ahead and make some of this real quick. Alright, I got some of that. Now, I want to make this go around the ice to kind of make the ice pop a little bit more. I think that'll look pretty cool. And then we can actually plant some trees on that too and everything. So, I actually got to leave one here so I can spread it some more. But if we come over here now, and we tear up all my hard work. So we take this. We just kind of get rid of the border here of this. See how this will look. And I think I can actually put lights around this because I don't believe packed ice melts with sea lanterns. So we can put some carpets around this too and make this like definitely really, really pop, which I think will be really cool. So if we do something like this. Now, I hope this isn't too much of a color variation. What we can do is kind of like phase this into the landscape a bit and, you know, make that look really nice. So let's go ahead and just do this. So once again, not on the map, but I think that'll start to look nice, and then we can phase it out to netherrack and then right back into the orange sand to give us a little bit more detail. So let me make a map real quick, a smaller one, and then we'll see what this looks like on the map. Okay, so we got a little bit more color pop here now, so a little bit more red. I did work in some netherrack, some regular netherrack, along with the red nether whatever that stuff is. So if we look at it now, I think that looks really cool. It kind of like adds a little bit of pop on the map. And the thing I learned is these crimson fungus and of course the crimson roots, you actually can't plant these on regular blocks, either of them. You have to plant them on either this or nether, or you can't plant them on netherrack. So you do have to plant them specifically on this. So we can add like a tree here, right? Kind of like add in some foliage and stuff like that. And we can do this around like all of the lakes. So that'll give it a little bit more pop. and a little bit more like alien looking stuff. Come on, grow. So we have trees that we can add in, of course, which are pretty cool. And then we can add in the little fungus guys here. So we can add in some of this and kind of make it look like alien-ish. You know, pepper some of these around. And then we have the hanging vines and everything. So, I mean, we do have a lot of options for landscaping. Plus, I also want to do some custom trees. So I think that'll all look really good. And it'll make this section around the ice kind of really pop. Now, if we take another look at the map, we see that, you know, there's kind of a little bit more there. Some more substantial, like, stuff going on. So, you know, we can do this all around here, and I think that'll look really, really neat. And we can do, like, different, you know, depth and patterns in the ice and everything like that, and really make it stand out. I think it'll look really, really, really cool. So now we kind of have a decision to make. So we've gone ahead and used all our red sand for this episode. And like I said, that was 7 shulker boxes, and we're pretty much where I want to be. I mean, granted, we still do have to go over here and, you know, cover some of that mountain, some of that one, and some of that one. So there's still more red sand that needs to go down, but we can always fix that up later. We do have this cave that we, of course, want to like terraform a little bit and make it look like a Martian cave, which I'll be using the netherrack and the crimson fungus block again. So we'll really make that pop, make it stand out. I think that'll look really cool. So what I want to do now is I actually want to head over to the shopping district, which is... Don't kill my plants. I want to head over to the shopping district right now because I need a dragon head, which we're going to put in our build. And I also want to buy a couple more shulkers because since I won that, you know, bet or whatever, the building contest, I guess you can call it, I have a ton of diamond blocks now. So, I mean, I may as well spend some of my diamonds. And I actually think I need like 2 more shulker boxes because this one's out here to fill up my end chest. And I kind of like a full end chest of, you know, shulker boxes because it's easier to keep track of everything. And since they nerfed rockets, I may as well buy some of those too. So let's head on over to the shopping district and see what we can get into. The good old forever Bedrock shopping district. So the shopping district, guys, we are actually going to keep this one here. This will always be here, but we're actually going to move the shopping district. So it's kind of odd, but these buildings will still be here, so if you guys ever were to download the world or, you know, we were to release it for whatever reason, you guys will be able to come back and see all of these builds and everything like that. But this isn't going to be the shopping district in 1.18. The shopping district's actually going to move somewhere. We haven't actually decided yet. Now, I'm in here at 1 for 1 because I actually need a dragon head on top of everything else we need. So basically, 1 for 1, how it works is... I'm actually going to buy that. Basically, how it works is you take one item, you put one item in there. So I'll put some paper in here. You know, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. I do want a bell also. And the reason I'm grabbing these items is because for the spaceship we're going to build, I kind of want to bring like everything that you would have on Earth to kind of like remember what Earth was like, you know, before we left and went to Mars. So that's why I'm kind of just flipping through all these items. Some of them are kind of, you know, junk for lack of a better term, but there are some good items here. And there is a lot of red dye, but I will have a lot of red dye. Is there anything else here that we would need? There's some lapis. Alright, cool. So nothing really too exciting. So over here at Fred's shop, you guys have seen this plenty of times, of course. He has shulker boxes... 2 for 9. Does he have 2? He has 2. Okay, so I need 9 diamonds, which is just a diamond block, and I guess I can spend that because, well, let's face it, I have enough now. So we'll go ahead, we'll grab ourselves 2 more of these, and I actually need to do that. All right. Did he restock his TNT? I bought him out earlier. He did not. See, like I said, I'm like helping Fred out here. I'm putting his kids through college at this point, man. And rockets are 2 for a diamond. You know what? I just checked my rockets. I don't actually need any, so not that big of a deal. Now, I wonder if anybody came back to our shops and bought anything since we moved. I don't know if they have. It's not looking like it. I'm surprised those azaleas did not sell more. Okay, so This is actually going to go because for our build this season, I'm making it all out of copper. And that's honestly a horrible idea, but I'm making my whole entire build out of copper because it's the closest color I can get to a Planet Express ship, because it's like a light green, and if you let copper completely oxidize, it ends up looking exactly like the shade I need. So we are going to need a butt ton of copper this year. So I'm just going to take out the free copper. I gave it away last season for free to try and get people to buy moss, but it wasn't that big of a seller. Now we just have to check our log shop, and I'm kind of surprised there are not more logs selling, especially at the start of the season. But everybody, I assume, is kind of clear cutting areas, and they're taking down a lot of trees. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And then, of course, I pulled the beacon box out of here because, well, A, I was sold out, and B, I put a special offer on beacons, and they are 50% off. So instead of being 15 diamonds a piece, they are 8. And since I won, of course, the build-off contest, I'm extending that sale to all Forever Bedrock members for a full week in January. And logs are actually the same thing for birch and oak. They're 50% off. Well, actually, they're almost 100% off because you get 4 stacks instead of 2. So if any Forever Bedrock members want to cash in on that, feel free. You know, I'm trying to help you guys out, trying to get you guys rolling for the season. So I know you guys need wood, and I have tons of oak and birch for sale right now, so you'll help me out too. Now we're going to hop back to our old base, and I'm actually going to see if I have any diorite for Dski. And that's because, I don't know if you guys noticed his castle, but he's actually building it out of diorite and calcite. And in order to get 100 subscribers, originally me and Joe were supposed to help out other members of the server, and then that kind of went away with moving to the Christmas build right away. So I'm going to start doing it now. And Dski is going to be the first one I help out, especially because I've seen him online like 3 times a day. He's been popping on and off. So let's go grab him a small gift. Alright guys, so we went ahead and finished up Dski's box. So we gave him about 21 stacks of diorite, 4 stacks of cobbled deep slate, and 2 stacks of calcite. And I went ahead and I made him this moss block. And it says, help K-Dog reach 100 subs. Because you guys remember, we got that bet against Joe who can get to 100 faster. And, you know, I want to win because that's more diamonds for me. So Dski is actually online right now. So I'm going to try and place this so he can't see it. But I want to do something like this every episode because, like I said, this kind of got waylaid with the 1.18 Christmas build. So I'm going to start picking it up now. And we'll try to do one of these each episode. So we'll go ahead here. Hey, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I swear, he's in his own little world when he plays. Okay, so, fine. If he wants to be like that. Hey. Hey, you. Hey. I have stuff for you. Love me. Get back here. Pay attention. Look at me. Look. Am I invisible? Hello? Go ahead and message him real quick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say that's the 100 subs Forever Bedrock Assistance Program. Just so he knows what's going on. I'm also going to take back my item frame. Okay, now that I've gone and cleared the confusion up between Dski, because he didn't remember that me and Joe were supposed to be helping people to help us reach 100 subs, I grabbed all of my copper. So, for this build, guys, we need a ton of copper. Because like I said, I started building it in creative mode. And in creative mode, obviously, you have unlimited blocks. So, you know, it's a little bit easier than in survival mode. I keep opening the wrong shulker box. Oh, I have more over here. Nice. But it's a little bit easier than in survival mode because you have everything and it's unlimited, right? So, we need to get a ton of copper. So, basically, this season, I was planning on not mining at all. But it turns out I'm actually going to have to mine because this is all the copper we have. And there's actually a smidge more up here and a little bit there. So, yeah, this is the extent of our copper supplies. It is let's say 4.5 stacks. Now, with the chat's going crazy right now, but basically the top of the ship alone, and I only built the cab in creative mode, is probably 6 stacks alone. And the whole ship is going to be made out of oxidized copper. So basically, this project's going to take a while. Not only do we have to get the red sand, but we also have to get the copper. Now, the good thing is there is actually a copper farm on the server, which I do believe I can use. It is Frebs, so maybe he'll let me use it to make this process a little bit easier. But like I said, the amount of copper we're going to need is astronomical. And I mean, this, like I said, is the biggest project we've ever done. So I'm interested to push myself and grow as a Minecrafter and as a content creator. So here's my chance. So I know this episode might have been kind of slow paced. Doesn't seem like we got too much done. We just laid out a bunch of sand, detailed one of the ice crags, and then helped Dski. But the amount of time it took for this episode, you guys would not believe. And I've destroyed 3 mesas just getting this red sand over here. So this episode might have been a little short, but we did get a ton done, and I hope you guys enjoyed the work that I put in. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. And as always, make sure you subscribe. We got to beat Joe to 100. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.